Okay, we're going to call the October 11th, 2012 Planning Commission meeting to order, and we'll let the records show that all commissioners are present with the exception of Chairman Verplank and Vice Chair Terry Anderson, which is why I'm chairing tonight. Okay. And we'll start off with the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Commissioner Carter.
Please rise.
So this is the part of the meeting where we ask if there's anyone in the audience that would like to speak on an item that is not on the agenda tonight. So this is the opening of public comments. And it looks as if we have none, so we'll move on to the consent calendar. Do we have a motion?
Make a motion we approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Takes us on to item number 2. That is the continuation. Okay. Do we need a motion for this one?
Yes. I'd like to make the motion to remove this from the Planning Commission calendar.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Do I have to close the public hearing on that? I do. Yes.
We didn't open it.
Yeah,
public hearing.
It's under public hearing, so. Nope.
Do it.
Okay. Good enough. Got it.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Takes us to item number 3. Moving right along. Site development permit.
Yes. Item number 3 is a site development permit for OC All-Stars Cheer and Dance, and Jennifer Manser has a staff report.
Good evening, Commissioners. This item is a site development permit for OC All-Stars, proposed to be located in an existing industrial building in Foothill Ranch. OC All-Stars provides cheerleading and dance instruction for students ranging from age 2 to 19. The business currently operates out of Rancho Santa Margarita. Minor site improvements are proposed in the parking lot at this site. The project would convert 12 parking stalls at the front of the business into a drop-off pickup area with an adjacent sidewalk that leads to the entrance of the building. The project also includes the addition of 14 tandem parking stalls for employee parking at the rear of the business in the existing truck well. The project site is zoned industrial within the Foothill Ranch planned community, which requires a site development permit for the proposed use. The city's code does not have a parking standard for an indoor athletic facility. Therefore, the applicant submitted a parking study. This study includes a survey of the existing facility in Rancho Santa Margarita and concludes that the parking stalls at the site would accommodate the proposed use. Conditions of approval have been included with this project, restricting the occupancy of the building to 145 students based on the parking requirements, students, instructors, and employees combined together, and requiring 15 minutes between the end and start times of any 2 consecutive classes to reduce traffic conflicts of students leaving a class and starting a class. A condition of approval has also been included that if any time the on-site parking does not accommodate the project's parking demand, the applicant shall initiate mitigation measures such as adjusting the facility's schedule to rectify the parking shortage. This is a condition we've used on a lot of projects. The business will share the site with 2 other businesses. However, the proposed entrance for OC All-Stars is located at the northwest corner of the site, which is away from the entrances, truck loading areas, and the parking areas for the other 2 businesses. Also, the new drop-off pickup area in front of the business should facilitate student pickup and drop-off close to the building and discourage the dropping off of students on the public street or near the other 2 businesses. Lastly, the peak hours of the business are on weekday evenings when the other 2 businesses are closed. Staff feels that OC All-Stars will not negatively impact the circulation or parking at the site and is compatible with the surrounding uses. Staff is recommending the Planning Commission approve the site development permit and adopt the corresponding resolution. The applicant for the project is in the audience tonight, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer. Any questions for staff? Okay, I don't actually have any either. So let's open the public hearing and ask the applicant to come up. Larry Williams, would you like to come up and tell us a little bit about your project? Please state your name again and your city of residence for the record.
Larry Williams, City of Mission Viejo. Good evening, Acting Chairman Zechmeister, Commissioner Hughes, and Carter. I'm Larry Williams. I'm assisting the owner, John Neville, in the processing of the site development permit for OC All-Stars Cheer and Dance. First off, we would really like to thank the city staff for its thoughtful and professional consideration of the application, and specifically Jennifer Manser. It was a very timely processing of the application. We have reviewed the staff report, the resolution, and the conditions of approval, and all those conditions are acceptable to the applicant. The owner, John Neville, is here if you have specific questions about the operation of the business. We just thank you for your consideration of this application and the approval of it, and we look forward to a long, successful relationship with the City of Lake Forest. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone have questions for the applicant? Commissioner Hughes?
Given your experience of processing this permit, would you consider the City of Lake Forest and the permitting process to be business friendly?
Yes, very business friendly. This use did not fit inside the box of the existing traffic standards and parking standards, and staff allowed us to submit a study that showed that the proposed use would not negatively impact the existing parking on the site. And the city was very objective and asked a lot of good questions, probing questions about how the study was done to verify that it was truly an objective study. And so I would characterize it as very business friendly.
Great, thank you.
To make a long story short, excuse me.
Before you go, I had one question too.
Okay.
And maybe this may be for the other gentleman. The one thing that struck me on here, first I want to welcome you coming to Lake Forest from Rancho. We have a friendly competition there all the time anyway. But you said you weren't going to grow this group. And I was just wondering a little bit about the background on that, why you don't think it's going to grow, and
I can talk about it briefly. John can talk about it specifically. There's several factors involved. This business, OC All-Stars, does not have a monopoly on this type of business, so there is competition. One of the main reasons for finding a larger facility wasn't necessarily to grow; it was to provide a better training environment for the students. Likely there will be some growth. The 145 allows for some growth, but the objective of moving here wasn't pure growth. It was more of providing a better training environment for the students.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions for me?
Any others? Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Then I'll ask one more question of staff. Should they decide to grow at some point in time, what would be the process for them to do that?
This use permit does allow them to grow. Currently, they, based on the studies that we did, they usually have about 90 people there at one time. With the new one, they could have up to 145, which includes students, employees, and the teachers that teach the classes. So it does allow for some growth within the use permit.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments? We're ready for a vote?
Actually, I would like to make a couple comments if I could. I thought we had another speaker form over there.
No.
You know, I've spent a little bit of time looking at this. I think I have a good understanding of what's before us here. There's some things that you've done that I really like. I think the drop-off area is a great idea. The fact that you were willing to sacrifice some parking spaces for potential future growth, I think, speaks volumes to your concern and your operating policies and procedures. I think it's going to be a great addition. I'd like to see businesses like this come in that can support our community and support the youth. particularly in this location, and because of the orientation of this unit to the other units, I don't think that parking is really going to be a concern. And I guess my only comment on this would be, after reviewing the parking study, reviewing all the materials presented to us, I'm not sure that we even need to be that restrictive in the number of people on site, particularly in light of the drop-off area and how that can function in the age group of the people that are involved. I would think that the propensity of the people attending are actually going to be dropped off as opposed to driving up to staying on site. So that being said, I have no objection to what's presented before us, other than I would like to suggest that if there's a need in the future for some growth, that we be considerate of it. I won't say, without due process, but we certainly should be open to giving them consideration, because I think they have something here that works. Yeah, it's not intrusive. It's not imposing on the other facilities. So, other than that, I guess I like it.
Commissioner Carter?
Tim, you didn't leave me much to say. You said it all. Also, I'd like to welcome you to the community. I think it's going to be a great asset. It's giving opportunity for the youth in our community to have that participation, professional level that we're trying to strive for. So, welcome. We appreciate it, and I also would agree that when it's time to grow, we want to grow with you. So. Come back, and that's what we're here for. Other than that, I have no other comment. Well, I would, if we're ready, you have any comment? I'd like to make a motion.
I'm ready.
I'd like to move staff approval staff's recommendation approving the project and close the public hearing.
Second that.
Okay, we have a second. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, passes unanimously. Great, thank you, gentlemen. We look forward to your facility, and thank you for picking Lake Forest. I'm looking for the next item, and there isn't
There
one.
isn't one.
So we'll move on to, let's see. It's a good one tonight. Let's see, let me get back to the right page here so I say things are right. Okay, so we're up for director's comments.
I have no comments.
Okay, and then city attorney comments?
Nothing.
Okay, let's go to Commissioner Carter.
I have no comments this evening.
All right. Commissioner Hughes?
The only comment I have is for business reasons, I will not be here for the meeting of the 24th. So I guess everyone's been moved back, so no concern, I won't be here.
Okay. And I have no comments. So this meeting is adjourned.